Welcome to the Mike Litton Experience podcast. Mike has over 31 years experience in real estate, finance, and investing. He's passionate about being a father, a teacher, a realtor, an investor, and a leader. Everyone has a story, and our passion is to help them tell it. And now, introducing the host of the Mike Litton Experience, Mike Litton.
So what can you expect from the Mike Litton Experience? You can expect stories that will inspire, motivate, advice that will sharpen your focus, and expert information on real estate, finance, and market conditions.
The collective that affect us collectively, but also it's so amazing when you're able to find a thing that affects you personally. That's like chef's kiss.
Gotcha. So it's different per person, right?
There's some general things, and then there's some specific things that just resonate with just you or just me, or just.
So do you sit with people and test them? Is that part of what you do? Like, do you figure out what works and that kind of thing, what they respond to?
So when it depends on like if they're having tension in certain places of their body, for example. If a person was having, like, I'll use myself as an example. If I have like tension in my hip, there's literally like a frequency, like a frequency. So you said you were mentioning notes, but so you can have a C note that is like tuned to it's hard to explain, but you can have a C note that's like tuned to different frequencies. So the typical C note in modern music is tuned in relation to like 440 hertz. That's just the standard. And then the frequency that I use as a reference is usually 432 hertz, but there are many frequencies that you can use that are more aligned to nature. So like you could take your keyboard and the regular C, D, E, F, and G, and ABC that is on your piano or your keyboard, you could slightly tune it downwards to like a more natural tone that resonates with the body more. And then or you could just use sound healing instruments, tuning forks and things like that. And when you play it over certain types of the body, certain parts of the body, it is believed to, resonate with and uplift and heal those parts of the bodies, the cells, the blood, and things like that. Make things regulate. It's believed to regulate. That's the word I was looking for. Regulate that part of the body. So it depends on what the person's dealing with. I tend to think more about where they are mentally. Are they dealing with insomnia? Are they dealing with stress? Are they dealing with anxiety, physical pain, emotional, baggage, holding on to things? And, depending on what it is, it's specific to what they'll receive,
That's fascinating. And it sounds like growing up where you grew up, you were surrounded by people that could have used a lot of relaxation.
Oh yeah. And that's
like some connecting with the earth kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And that's probably how I got into it, because if I was surrounded by nature all the time, I probably would just go, sit next to a tree and feel better, playing some grass. But I just never had that. Like, I remember when I was in LaGuardia, I used to have a free period, and then I would go to Central Park and just like sit in the grass whenever it was nice outside, and then I would go back to LaGuardia for when the break was over. And that was the closest I ever got to being in nature. So, but yeah, everyone around could definitely use some sound healing, and it's not a mainstream concept, especially not where I grew up. So yeah.
Sounds like they could use it though.
Yeah, my goal and my desire is to spread it to them as much as I can.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So you also do something with astrology. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I do astrological birth chart readings, or I do astrological, just like transit readings. So like, are you into astrology at all, by the way?
Am I what?
Into astrology at all?
I love it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. So like,
You want to do
if
my reading?
I would love to. I wish I knew before we could have done it on air. I
Sure.
would love to. That would have been so fun. But I mean, could we do it now?
Of course.
You don't mind, because
This is your interview. So if you'd like to do it, let's do it.
All right, let's get into it then. Let's see. I have my laptop right here. Wow, look at this. Okay, but I'll need your information though. I'll need like your birth date and like where you were born and what time you were born and all of that.
Well, I don't know what time I was born.
Okay.
I know.
So
I don't know what time I
ahead.
was born. Sorry.
That's fine. So what happens is with what time you were born, the moon, like the things related to the moon might be a little bit not as specific, but
Gotcha.
everything else should be
Okay.
yeah, should be fine. So let me just get my stuff. So what do you want to know in particular? Like, is there anything that you're like just in life that you're questioning, or that you want that you're interested in about yourself, like your love life, your finances, your health, or
All the
anything?
above. All the above.
Okay.
I know about my love life. I've been married 30 years. So
Congratulations.
thank you.
That's such a weird thing to hear. Congratulations.
We just
to you and your wife.
We just celebrated earlier this month. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations to you and her.
Thank you.
So when's your birthday? Your birth dates?
It's October of 1966.
October what day?
9th.
9th?
Yeah.
What year did you say?
1966.
1966. And then your city of birth?
Ponca City, Oklahoma.
How do you spell that?
Ponca.
P-O-N-N-C-A?
Ponca.
Oh, P-O-N-C-A. Oh, I see
And
it.
then
City, Oklahoma.
Yeah. Named
Perfect.
after the Ponca Indian tribe.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you're from Oklahoma.
Yes.
Okay, so you're a Libra, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you're all right. I'm trying to think of what you all right, so let's just go from the beginning. So you're a Libra, your sun sign is Libra. I'm sure you know what that means
No.
in general, right? But no?
So I know what Libra means.
Yeah, like the personality traits of a Libra sun
Oh
sign
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I think everybody does too, so I'm not gonna get too much into that. So your sun sign though is in your 4th house. Your 4th house is the house of like your private life and your family life and your upbringing and your home life. So your identity, a lot of your identity is probably very much so connected to your home life and your family, as well as your private life. So so your moon, I'm not gonna do the moon because you don't know your birth time, but it says that it's likely that your moon sign is that you have a Leo moon.
Okay.
That your moon, the moon is connected to your emotions. And so a Leo moon, you're probably somebody who your emotions are connected to confidence. Your emotions are connected to having desires to feel confident. If you are not able to feel confident, you will probably be emotionally not in the most secure place. And your moon sign is, again, it could be a little bit I don't want to say off, but it's not exactly specific. But what it's saying that it could be is that your moon sign is in your second house, and that's your house of personal finances. So again, your confidence related to your emotions, related to your personal finances. You're probably ambitious when it comes to finances or when it comes to your personal finances. Mm-hmm. And again, your emotional safety comes from your confidence and stability when it comes to finances personally. Your Mercury, I love this Mercury. Your Mercury is in Scorpio. Your Mercury is in Scorpio. Mercury is the planet of communication. So Scorpio is the sign of basically like transformation as well as metamorphosis. Mercury in Scorpio means you probably are not afraid of taboo things. The fact that I'm doing your astrology right now is very Mercury in Scorpio of you. Basically going to the depths of what can be uncovered, what can be revealed, not afraid to go, deep into interesting topics that others might shy away from, as well as the fact that your Mercury's in your fifth house, which is the house of pleasure. So it's probably enjoyable for you to do those things, like to really have conversations that uncover deep truths and psychological truths and do research. You could possibly be a detective or a politician if you wanted to be with that type of Mercury placement. Your Venus is in your sun, is the same as your sun sign. You're a Libra Venus. You have a Libra Venus. Oh, and that's also in your fourth house of family and home life too. So I'm guessing you have a very stable marriage because Venus is the planet of love and attraction and beauty, and Libra is actually ruled by Venus. So she's in her house. Libra's in her house, like her home planet. And she in your fourth house of home life, basically that's a very favorable placement for marriage and for love, as well as for like financial stability. Then your Mars, this is how you get aggressive and how you assert yourself. This is another good placement. It's in the sign of Leo. So you could be very fearless and independent and daring and enterprising when it comes to business. You could be very responsible. You could be someone who has like a fierce character. You could be dramatic or creative if you wanted to be dramatic, creative, or romantic in your expression if you wanted to be. Your Mars is in your third house of communication, and so that also allows you to be able to express the things that you want to act on and express the way that you want to assert yourself in a very straightforward way. If you wanted to, you could be direct and sharp if you wanted to be, because that's favorable to your personality and it will go over well with people. People would listen to you. Your Jupiter, which is your planet of luck and expansion, which is the planet of luck and expansion, is also the sign of Leo. A lot of Leo placements. So Leo is the sign that's all about like, Leo's ruled by the sun. And so just like the sun shines, that's how the Leo shines. You probably affect people in a way where you brighten their day or you inspire them or in some type of way. You have a lot of Leo placements. So your Jupiter, again, planet of luck and expansion, that's in your first house of your identity and the way that you want people to see you or the way that your public image. So again, with that being Leo, you're probably like a shine, like your luck, the way that you get lucky is by you shining your light, by you, inspiring people, by being yourself and just, having that Leo energy of you probably do well at the center of attention. And you probably do well in the spotlight. Mm-hmm. Then your Saturn is in the sign of Pisces. Saturn is in Pisces right now, actually. And Saturn's in the sign of Pisces. Saturn is the planet of discipline and order. And Pisces is the planet of no discipline and no order. So there could possibly be a lot of like a juxtaposition between your creativity as well as your discipline to be creative. your spirituality as versus your desire to maybe go to church every Sunday. Maybe you could be spiritual, but there's just like this balance between spirituality and structure. Creativity versus the structure of creativity. There could always be like and then this is in your ninth house of higher learning. So adding to that balance that you're probably always, I don't want to say wrestling with, but trying to keep it balanced. There's also that fuel to like learn and to travel and to see things or learn things, find out things that contribute to your creativity, contribute to your intuition, your spirituality, your as well as your ability to be structured, your ability to basically to be responsible. So your responsibility and your discipline is probably very much affected by your creativity and your intuition and things of that nature. That's like I said, Saturn is in Pisces right now. Okay. That's a difficult, it's not a difficult, but it's like, it could be difficult for most people to move through this time, but for you, it's probably easier because you do it all your life. So then we have your Uranus, which is the planet of rebellion and the planet of how you go against social norms. And yours is in the sign of Virgo. And this Virgo is like the sign of daily routine and things of that nature. I'm just going to read this. So Uranus in Virgo aggravates some negative traits. For example, you could be like a perfectionist. You could be ecological and promote alternative medicine, which is basically what you're allowing me to do on your platform right now. Right. You probably appreciate new technology and often participate in research and application. And you can possibly long for social justice, and you may be, it says you may become left-wing radical or a unionist. That's what it says. I don't know what your political stance is, but Uranus is also in your third house. So again, when it comes to these type of things, your communication is probably really good concerning like new technologies and alternative medicine and research and things like that. You probably have good communication in that area. And your Neptune, which is your planet of creativity and intuition and spirituality, that's ruled by Pisces. Well, that's the planet that rules Pisces. But your Neptune is in the sign of Scorpio. And this can, again, give you like some type of affinity for spiritual doctrines or spirituality that may seem unconventional, or that could be seen as maybe not the most widely accepted, and you wouldn't be afraid to dive into it. You probably also have a lot of creative potential if you tap into it. You may not be aware of your creative potential, and if you want to activate your creative potential, you'll probably be very successful, but you probably wouldn't know that it's something you'll be good at tapping into. So, and again, that's in your fifth house of pleasure. So it could be a hobby for you, and you would possibly really enjoy it. Then your Pluto, which is ruled by Scorpio. Pluto is the planet of transformation, regeneration, metamorphosis, how you change from season to season in your life. It's in the sign of Virgo. I'm going to read this one. People with Pluto and Virgo are accurate and methodical. If the planet is damaged, they may start looking for faults and become too strict about adherence and rules, or they can achieve transformation by analyzing things. Your Pluto is in your third house, and again, that's the planet of communication. Pluto in the third house suggests the possibility of interruptions in education, family relationships, or other events in the childhood of these people. Pluto creates deep thinkers and allows them to understand the deeper meaning that can remain hidden when dealing with others. So yeah, you probably are good at reading people's body language and things like that. And you possibly have deep intuition when it comes to people as well. Like maybe you know what they're trying to say without them saying it and stuff like that. Yeah. And so that's a cool trait to have. Like you could probably be a psychologist if you wanted to.
We hope you enjoyed another episode of the Mike Litton Experience. If you did, do us a favor, smash that subscribe button, tell your friends, family, and coworkers about our program, and wherever you get your podcasts, please leave us a rating. It helps us to connect with quality people just like you.
And that's a wrap. Another episode of the Mike Litton Experience in the books. Reach out to Mike on Instagram at Litton Realty. Want to meet with Mike? Check out calendly.com/Rio760.